Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you guys how I made this okra soup without any ogbono, guys. As you can see, there are my ingredients on the screen coming up one after the other. These are what I use to make this okra soup. First off, I start by cooking my washed stock fish. I already washed it with hot water. Added my scotch bonnet pepper, stir and combine. Then I cover to cook because I know this one takes a lot of time to soften. Added my palm oil. This is the way the palm oil here is because of the weather, is always frozen. Then I always like to cook like the head, the fish head, some parts of the fish. I always like to cook it first so it can actually be seen in particles, in pieces inside the soup. Yeah, it's going to like break into pieces. I love it that way. I'm adding the required amount of water to cook this soup. Also stir to combine, and I cover it to cook for about 5 minutes or less. I'm adding the rest of the fish. This is the smoked or dried catfish. I don't know the particular one. Adding the crayfish, lots and lots of crayfish, guys. This is a fish soup, basically fish okra soup, because there are so much fishes. There are different types of fish. I didn't just use mackerel. I used mackerel and croaker. So it has properly boiled. So I'll be adding the rest of the fishes because they have to cook. The food is almost done at this point. After putting the fish, you have to be careful not to break them while you're stirring the soup. So you just use your spoons to push it in a little bit. Added some chicken cubes. I couldn't break these cubes, so I just threw them inside there. They should dissolve inside the soup. I don't know if it's just me, but seasoning cubes are becoming difficult to kind of disintegrate, so I don't stress myself. I just throw everything inside the soup to cook by itself. This is the blended okra. I always like to blend some part of the okra and then chop some parts. So this is what makes the soup really slimy and all of that. There's no need to add ogbono, guys. As you can see, I didn't use ogbono to cook the soup. You can see the outcome. It was very slimy, and that was the consistency that I actually needed. I'm trying to break the clumps of okra. You can see me pressing it against the pot so it reduces in size, because obviously I'm not going to cook the okra for a very long time, so it doesn't just darken and all of that. And I'm adding my chopped okra. This is the other part of the okra, so I'm adding this part and stirring to combine. I'm adding salt, like adjusting the taste of the food. I didn't really add salt from the start so that the food, I don't know, red oil, I always like to add salt midway, not from the start, whenever I'm cooking with red oil and all of that. This is pumpkin leaves, also known as ugu. So you can see I added like a good chunk of that, a good amount of it. This is a vegetable fish okra soup, and I always like to add onion to my okra. See, there are two things that cannot be seen out of this okra soup: fish and onion. I cannot do without two of them in okra. I know some people use meat, different types of meat and proteins to cook their okra. Personally, I love fish in my okra. That is the only thing I actually use fish to cook, because there's nothing else I could use fish to cook, if it's not maybe to fry it and eat it. This is the cooked prawns. I also like to add prawns, but this is optional, highly optional, because I mean, once I have fish, my okra is definitely going to slap. So at this point I had to turn off the heat, because the heat from the soup is already going to cook my veggies. There's no need to leave it on and on. So guys, our okra soup is definitely ready at this point. Get your swallows. What will you definitely be using to eat okra? I always like to use gari eba. That is the best option for okra soup. Any other thing is not acceptable. I don't like to use fufu, I don't like to use semo, I don't like to use any of other things. I prefer to use gari, because gari definitely slaps with okra soup. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Thumbs up and like, share. Thank you.